Hey guys, it's Amber and you're watching MilsoTV on Thursday. Yeah, so welcome to my dark room with, it's very well lit by my Christmas lights. Yeah, I'm one of those kids. Actually, Ryan and I had a running joke. He hated it at first whenever I'd have my Christmas lights on. And he was like, are you going to keep those up forever? And I was like, oh, but Ryan, aren't Christmas lights romantic? Yeah, like a retard. And it actually became a running joke, and whenever I'd be trying to sleep, he would turn them on and be like, oh, but Amber, aren't Christmas lights romantic? Yeah, those voices and everything were ridiculous. So this week we're talking about whatever we want to. I actually don't have a specific topic in mind, so this is all improv right now, as if it weren't obvious. I guess one of the things I'd like to talk about is, as far as I know, I'm the only Milso on the channel that has bipolar disorder. So I take really great medication. For me, it works really well, and it keeps me really leveled. But since about the time that Ryan left, I ran out of my medicine, and I haven't had my insurance to go get more. It costs $75 to sit with my doctor for 5 minutes and say, yeah, give me the same thing you gave me last month. So that's $75, and it's like almost $300 for my medicines. So yeah, it's like it gets expensive. Sorry, my hair's being weird. It gets expensive, and I'm kind of waiting for my insurance to kick back in. So yeah, the past couple of weeks, the first week and a half-ish were fine. I was great. I was handling Ryan being gone really well. My dad was actually really surprised. He expected me to turn into, like, his words were a useless sack of shit. That's what he expected me to turn into once Ryan left. And Ryan expected me to become like a blubbering little... Yeah. But, I was handling it really well, and then my lack of medicine started to kick in. And it was like, oh, I forgot what it feels like to be depressed. Oh yeah, and my best friend in the whole world kind of isn't here to bitch to and cuddle with. It sucks. Yeah, so I've started my first bit of college. Started it all out of my medicine. My boyfriend just left for basic. And then I started my period, so that was great. Yeah, TMI, sorry. But yeah, that was kind of hectic, and it didn't really kick in until a few days ago, actually, and I started having depressed episodes, and that's not fun, especially when my depressed episodes normally happen around evening time, and that is great. Yeah, I love being depressed at nighttime when I would normally be falling asleep on the phone with Ryan, and I am not really around people. It sucks. It really sucks. So, it's definitely been lonely without him, and I feel like it would be easier for me to deal with him not being here if I hadn't run out of my medicine. But hey, whenever my medicine, whenever I'm able to get that again, which will hopefully be soon, I'm waiting for the insurance to finish being processed. It's dumb. Whenever I'm back on it and, it's given it a little bit of time to get back into my system, I will definitely appreciate not having these extra depressed episodes and not having anyone to go to about it. So, Well, I mean, that's not really fair. I have friends that I could vent to, but I don't really feel comfortable with that, actually, and I have refrained from putting anything at all in my letters about how I've run out of my medicine or that I've been having problems with my depression recently, because it hurts, but I'm not going to give Ryan any extra worry when he's already worried about, how his grandma and I are both dealing with him being away and just all kinds of stuff, I don't want him to worry about anything extra because he's only getting about, an hour of free time at best when he's not getting, his ass whipped into shape. So I don't want to occupy that free time or distract him when he needs to be focusing on stuff. That's not fair, Of course, if it were reversed, I would want him to let me know. But hey, if, whenever he sees this video, forever from now, he can be mad at me then, right? Yeah. Sorry. Other than that, I think I'm not sure about the length of relationships that the rest of the girls. I'm not sure how long the rest of the girls were with their boyfriends or fiancés or husbands. How long they were in a relationship before their significant other entered the military. He and I have been together since October 22nd, 2007. We're young, so obviously we've had breakups. We've broken up, dated other people for a while, realized this sucks, gotten back together, gotten into a fight and didn't yet know how you're supposed to communicate in relationships. We had to do a lot of learning together. We had to learn how you properly love and respect someone and how you communicate and how you resolve issues. We had to learn, hey, if you're pissed off at me, this is how you go about talking about it. And it was difficult for us because neither of us had good role models with our parents. Neither of our parents, were ever really in a healthy relationship that we got to witness. So we kind of had to figure it out on our own, and it took a while. The first 2 years, I was too timid, and he was a douchebag. So, he was still a great guy, and I was still bold, but I didn't like talking about my doubts or fears or worries. And so that is not good when you're with someone, especially for 2 years. So, it was definitely a huge learning experience. And I'm really proud of us and how far we've come. We've had a lot of obstacles. Some of them have been my bipolar disorder, and then last fall, I guess, it was about September, I had quite a bit of a health scare, and I actually had to get a colonoscopy. They thought that I had inflammatory bowel disease, which is a really severe disease. It sounds like it's contagious. It's not. Basically, inflamed bowels, it can be your, it can be your intestines, it can be your colon, it can be your stomach, it can be any of those things. Basically any of the areas, including even your esophagus. and all of that good stuff that involves digestion. And so I had all of the symptoms, and it was god awful. Oh my god, that was horrible. And Ryan was there to witness all of it. If I don't want to get too graphic, but if you Google symptoms of, you know, like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, it's bad. It's disgusting. And he was there hearing all of the sound effects and listening to me complain and being there to soothe me and coming over and, you know, making me eat crackers to soothe my stomach. So he would, I was home alone a lot, and I was left with a lot of the chores, and I was also working part-time, and he would come over and he would do some of the household chores. He would do the dishes, and I would laugh at him because he does the dishes so funny. And he would take out the trash for me, and he would cook me food, and he would cuddle me and watch TV with me and just be absolutely amazing. And I really appreciated it. And so I think that was a big period of growth for us, especially he sat out in the waiting room of the gastroenterologist's office for over 3 hours. Oh, what a great guy. He sat out there. And, you know, my dad came with me, and Ryan wasn't allowed to go in there with me the way my dad was. My dad wasn't in there for the procedures, but my dad was in there while I was waiting to go in for my procedure after I had put on the gown and when I was getting, you know, IVs and anesthesia and all of that. And then he was there whenever I was being taken out of the procedure room, and the anesthesia was wearing off, and I was having to release all of the air that had been pumped into me. Ryan was there for about the rest of the day, but, you know, like, I thought it was so sweet whenever I came out, and he could have been like, he came in my dad's car with us, and he could have been like, Darren, I'm tired of sitting here, let's go. But no, he sat there for hours playing Sudoku, and it was great, you know, coming out of the procedure and being sore and gassy and awful, and getting to see him. It was pretty great. That definitely made up for the prep that I had to do. Oh, you guys, just wait until you're like 45. That's when you're supposed to get it done no matter what. Have fun. Yeah. Yeah, and he was there whenever I was freaking out because the doctors were saying that they were going to have to start doing annual screenings for colon cancer by the time I was 25. I was freaking out because, you know, if you have these colon problems, you can't be a nurse. And so basically I was seeing, like, my entire future being torn away from me, and I was also having worries about Ryan and my relationship with him because his family didn't really approve of the fact that I have bipolar disorder, because they, that sounds bad when you say it like that, but they didn't really know me that well, and they thought that I was someone that he would have to constantly be taking care of and tending to, and they didn't want him to have to do that, which is understandable. I mean, you don't want someone you love to have to constantly be giving and not get anything in return, and, you know, have to take care of the person that they're in a relationship with all the time. And so I was worried that if I was sick physically too, it wouldn't work out. But yeah, I'm fine, I'm healthy, and we're extremely in love, and we've worked through a whole bunch. And I've been talking for almost 15 minutes, so I gotta go. I will post all of the links in the description, and if you've listened to me talk about my colon this far, I love you guys, okay? Love you, bye.